Welcome back into the Daily Dose. I am your host, Jeff Hansen. As always, the show is brought to you by Give'emHellBrigham.com and by CougarSportsInsider.com, part of the 24/7 Sports Network. Thank you for your support so far. Please take a minute, if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the show where we are covering BYU athletics each and every day, the most topical stories that sometimes people really aren't talking a whole lot about. And that's what we've got on deck today for you folks. So let's get into it. I don't know if we just learned about this change yesterday or if it was a change that was implemented yesterday, but BYU's official collective, the Royal Blue Collective, announced a pretty big change that is music to the ears of a lot of donors. It's been a complaint that I've heard for decades related to the Cougar Club, BYU's booster club, and TRB, the Royal Blue. They finally figured out a way to implement this change into their day-to-day operations. As of yesterday, you can earmark which very specific sport your donation goes to. So if you're going to donate $10,000 to football, $10,000 of it is going to go to football. It's not going to be spread across cross country and softball and baseball, and then maybe $500 of your $10,000 will get to football. If you tell the Royal Blue, I want this $10,000 to go to football, it will go to football. Now, at this point, you can't designate a specific player. Although I bet if you ask Mark Comer, he'd probably find a way to make that happen for you. You can't designate a specific player, but you can designate a specific sport. Okay, so what are the differences between donating to the Booster Club and donating to the Collective? If you donate to the Cougar Club, BYU's official university booster club, you are helping invest into the future of the program and the athletic department. Think about it like your Cougar Club donations go towards stadium renovations, goes towards new scoreboards or new locker rooms or an expansion of the indoor practice facility. Or maybe it's to finally get a softball field that is like positioned just in a way that the sun doesn't have to block out, 2 or 3 innings in the middle of a game. That's what your Cougar Club donation is going to. And as a benefit, BYU will reward you with season ticket, priority seating, access to coaches, so on and so forth. That hasn't changed. That's always been there. The Collective is different. First, they're not owned by BYU. They're not operated by BYU. They are partnered with BYU because they are run and owned and operated by BYU fans, but they are not a BYU institution. The Royal Blue Collective focuses on individual players. They're partnered with Encore Sports Marketing, and they help find opportunities for deliverables for each BYU football player who is part of the collective to get in front of opportunities to capitalize on their name, image, and likeness. So maybe that's an endorsement of a local business. Maybe that's a fan event where they're signing autographs or making an appearance. Whatever it is, the Royal Blue will help facilitate the payments, and they will work with Encore to facilitate the opportunities for those deliverables. So if you're donating to the Royal Blue, you are donating to the success of an individual player during that upcoming season. 2 different motives, 2 different benefits between the Cougar Club and the Collective. And I think it's important that we understand those. I think a lot of people maybe do, but there's a lot of people who still don't. I still get asked about it every day. What is the difference? Now, there are other collectives as well. Coug Connect is probably the biggest collective that isn't the Royal Blue. And though they're not officially sanctioned as BYU's official collective, they are a really, really effective way to get money into players' hands and to have access to players. You donate to Coug Connect, and Jake Brandon over at Coug Connect does a phenomenal job of setting up player events and things like that. The difference between the Royal Blue and Coug Connect is really the scale that they're able to do things. Because the Royal Blue is endorsed by BYU, they're able to get bigger corporate donations. They're able to spread their money across multiple sports and make larger ticket impacts. Coug Connect focuses on very targeted players in targeted sports, and it changes the lives of those individuals. But it's 2 different models. Neither one is better or worse than the other. They're just different. The biggest downside at this point to donating to the Royal Blue instead of donating to the Cougar Club, the benefits. If you donate to the Royal Blue, that doesn't help you get season ticket priority seating or anything like that. It should. I don't know what those rules are. If the NCAA allows things like that, those kinds of tie-ins, I think it's foolish of BYU to not do that, especially given the increase in funds that they're going to have as a result of being members of the Big 12 Conference. I think it would be silly to get greedy and try to say, hey, no, these are our donations and our rewards. Y'all figure it out on your own. That would be short-sighted and kind of ignorant. I don't know what the rules are, so maybe that's a rule and that's why they're not. But if you donate to the Royal Blue today, does not help you get priority seating. However, Mark Comer and the Royal Blue Collective have been working for months, putting together opportunities for their donors that we're going to see come rolled out over the course of the next few months. So you will get benefit. It just is a different type of benefit. And also, at the end of the day, you're donating these charitable donations not for a benefit, but to help your favorite football team win more football games, to help your players capitalize on their name, image, and likeness. So big news. I mean, that may not seem like your typical BYU story, but that's big news. You can now donate to the collective, earmark your donation, and dedicate which sport you want it to go to. And the Royal Blue will ensure that every dollar that gets used from that donation will get used in the manner that you asked it to be used for. That's a big deal. That's the kind of content that we are going to continue to cover here at The Daily Dose and GiveHemHellBrigham.com. So please subscribe if you haven't. Take a chance, like this video, share this video. If you have any questions about the Royal Blue or Coug Connect, reach out to me and I can help facilitate those answers for you. And we'll get all of those things clarified for BYU fans everywhere. Thank you so much for your support. And until next time, give them hell.